Our regional housing partners really stepped up. We asked them to do something they've never done before, which is create these regional housing plans and pull all types of stakeholders together in the creation of these plans.
There's no way that we could tackle this huge issue around housing if we did not come together with some shared goals, some strategies, leveraging important and much needed resources across the state to really have an impactful approach to housing in Michigan.
Everybody needs housing, and everybody's part of the housing ecosystem. And that's one of the things we want to do is continue to build a connected, collaborative, and inclusive housing ecosystem so that when there's a resource or we need all hands on deck for something, we can reach out to the ecosystem, and then everybody's hearing that information, and you can't solve it alone.
I am excited, and I'm really grateful that MSHDA has put the resources behind us having these regional housing plans so we can really push these solutions forward and get really creative, and we get to learn from other communities and we get to learn from the other regions about what's working well there. And I know they're doing some really great work up in northern Michigan, and I'm like, oh, I want to duplicate that here down in Oakland County.
In the Eastern Upper Peninsula, we do have a couple of large tribal nations, the Bay Mills Indian community and the Sioux Tribe of Chippewa Indians, and we're making sure that they are definitely involved in everything that we do, trying to respect everything that they're doing on their own and bringing that into what we're doing, and just making sure there's a lot of communication between the two of us.
Oftentimes, folks that have housing insecurities often feel left out. So being able to, be leaders, in that position and creating awareness around these issues is very rewarding for myself.
Well, it's really about building awareness and also recognizing, I think, the diversity of our state and all the different regions of our state. While having a statewide housing plan is vitally important, each region has different issues that need to be addressed uniquely. And we recognize that in the building industry, not every community is the same. There are certain issues that are more significant in certain areas of the state than others. In order to solve our housing crisis in our state, it really requires that local level, unique approach.
The statewide housing plan has really allowed for focus, has allowed for continuity amongst communities, has allowed for our communities to really come together and see that while we're each doing things individually, coming together towards that one goal is showing an improvement and allowing for bigger and better opportunities, including financial contributions statewide.
I think that the structure that the statewide housing plan with the regional housing partnerships has allowed is for the Corporation for Supportive Housing to be able to deploy our tools and our technical assistance in a more strategic way throughout the state to supportive housing projects.
We've had so much support, not just from the state legislature and Governor Whitmer and her administration, but from stakeholders across the state. Really, it isn't MSHDA's plan, and we're not the only ones doing it. We have been so successful because everyone is engaged in housing, everyone has cared about housing, and everyone has been willing to work together. So I just want to say thank you to everybody who's helped with the implementation of this plan thus far. And please stay tuned for the next 2.5 years. We need you to work harder.